Hello there, Aries. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your full moon Aquarius reading for August 2020. So glad to see you guys. Always wonderful to be back with my Aries folks, and welcome to my new and returning subscribers out there. If this is your first time visiting the channel, thank you so much for coming by, and I always invite you to hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family. Also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy this content. So Aries, the first few quick notes before we get started. This is a general reading. Won't resonate with every single Aries out there, so take what makes sense, leave the rest behind. This is mostly going to correspond with Aries Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs, and all of our Aries cross watchers out there are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks that I use through my readings, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all that information and links are down below in the description box. So Aries, let's talk a little bit about this Aquarius moon. This is our Aquarius full moon of the year. That's going to happen on August 3rd at 11:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For you, Aries, this full moon, of course, in your universal chart and in the astrology world, is going to impact your 11th house of Aquarius. Aquarius energy. So to me, this is really highlighting your need to connect with the mass consciousness, the world at large. The Aquarius energy is all about freedom, truth, and the universal interconnection of all people, all beings. So this is a very powerful electric energy of liberation, revolution, and radical movement. Aries, you may be really becoming aware of what it is that you can do to help the world at large, how to make a big impact on the mass consciousness, how to best connect with other people. This energy is also very electric. Aquarius rules all things electronic. So using electronic media, using all of our devices at our hands to interconnect with the mass consciousness to make good changes in the world is highly aspected, and also very good, a good way to use this energy coming up. We are definitely being awakened and shaken and all those other things that are coming up. So Aries, let's jump into some cards for you. I'm going to be doing a past, present, future layout with some lunar oracle decks and also the tarot to get an idea of what this past moon phase has brought to you. Our last moon phase was in Capricorn. That would have been a much more challenging full moon for you. So this last cycle could have been kind of friction. This is a much more green light energy with this Aquarius full moon opposing the Leo sun. So let's see what comes up for you. Past, present, future, because these full moon cycles, you know, they last about 28 to 38 days. Sorry, not 38, 28 to 30 days. And so you may feel those energies kind of go in those cycles, depending on your personal chart. However, Aries, you might notice that some of those cycles do impact you for longer than just the month. So let's get into it, Aries. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with us for the Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising reading for this full moon in Aquarius on August 3rd, 2020. Please protect their energy and mine and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you. Ooh, yeah. So Aries, I feel like a lot of what was going on this last 30 days was really kind of prepping you, because this immediate past energy that we have is the full moon in Aquarius, which is this full moon that we are approaching right now. So considering that this is in your past position, and we're really presently going into the energy of this full moon in Aquarius, that means this last 30 days was really getting you ready to fully embrace what's coming up. And so this is about showing the world who you truly are, being true to yourself, being your own unique spirit, because the Aquarian energy is all about that. It's all about, you know, being very true to ourselves, not being fake, not trying to make, you know, a certain more conventional life or, you know, style of being fit with us if that just doesn't resonate with you. So Aries, embrace everything that you are. Don't be afraid to be who you are truly. And don't be afraid of the world seeing it, because, you know, that's the thing. We fear being judged. And look at that. On top of that, we have the assessing card. So this coming from the past position, that really tells me that this is, you've been thinking about this. You have been thinking about this and planning on it and looking at it from all different angles, because this is about, you know, assessment. This is about, you know, planning something in advance. So you've really been thinking about, how can I be more true to myself? How can I be more authentic to who I am, what I really want? Maybe I've been working at a job that really isn't me. Maybe I've been, you know, saying or doing things to go along with other people just for the sake of fitting in, and I'm not happy with it anymore. I'm going to break free of those chains. Or you see somebody else doing that to themselves, and you really want to help them, you know, bust out of that cage, because you are already out, right? You're already free of that burden. So in the present energy, what you're stepping into with the full moon in Aquarius is the full moon energy of Virgo. So Virgo energy, interestingly enough, the sun is moving into Virgo later in this month, so that may be very important to you, Aries. But this is telling you you are good enough. So it's like, not only is this about being authentic to yourself, it's also the recognition that there is nothing wrong at all with being who you are. And don't fear the criticism. You know, Virgo often does fear criticism. It fears being, you know, put down or ridiculed for being, you know, true to themselves. So don't be afraid of that, Aries. If you fear that, just let it make you stronger. Because when you step up to your energy and you embrace your authentic truth fully, you're going to bring people to your side that are so much more in alignment with your higher good and who you truly are and are meant to be. And look at that, a great card for Aries. We have the card of action with the waxing gibbous moon. So you're definitely moving forward with this. Right now, your ruling planet Mars is in the sign of Aries as well. So Aries, you're definitely, you know, very action oriented, very movement oriented, very forward energy. So absolutely, you're not willing to just sit back and wait it out anymore. You've made your plans, you've looked it over, now you're ready to break through as this full moon arrives in Aquarius. So going forward, we got another full moon energy. All of your moonology cards are full moons this time. So I feel that for you, Aries, this full moon in Aquarius is very important. It's really going to bring a lot of things to culmination, to the surface, and really reveal a lot of truth to you that may have been previously hidden. So going forward, to me, very positive for you. A fiery climax approaches with the full moon energy in Aries in your own sign. To me, this next 30 days out, wow, it should be full of a lot of fulfilling and very satisfying conclusions for you, Aries. And of course, when one thing concludes, another thing begins. So it's like, you know, those doors that seem like they're closing may also be doors that are opening as well. It's sort of like if you close one door, another one is sure to open right behind it. So that's very, very strong. And yes, look at this. We got our waning crescent. And funny enough, all that fire and all that burst of activity and energy, it really has a way of bringing you peace in the end, in the long run, because there it is. There's our tranquility, our serenity, because when you start to get more in touch with your true identity, your true self, which is what Aries is all about, is our self, our identity, and who we are and what we're made to be here doing. It brings you such a sense of peace, such a sense of calm, Aries. So let's get into your tarot. Let's dig a little deeper into these messages and see what we have for you. I'm going to be using 2 different tarot decks, and we're just going to lay these on top of the past, present, future energies, just to see how it deepens the message and this forward movement for you. Oh, so nice. Okay, so Aries, on top of the past position, and even the colors really line up here. Look at this. Okay, so in the past, we have the Aquarius, being true to yourself, showing the world the real you, assessing the situation before you go into it. And look at that. We have the High Priestess sitting on top of that. And the colors, look at that. They're so beautiful, the way they all blend together. To me, when I look at those colors, to me, this is like, you know, throat, third eye, crown chakra. So to me, this is really connection with the divine, with your truth, with clearer vision, better inner knowing. And that's what that high priestess is all about. You are really tuning in to your own truth, to your own self. Because when you get really firm and really solid within your own truth, even if other people don't understand where you're coming from or why you are the way you are, it doesn't matter to you. You won't worry about what they say or what you feel may be a judgment, because you're so rooted in your own energy. And look at that, on top of that, high priestess is clarified by the King of Wands, your own energy, Aries. There's that fire. Like I said, this gives you confidence. This gives you self-esteem. This gives you more self-worth and self-love. So you are ready to go into a very strong new energy, because on top of this Virgo moon, and then the action, look at that. We have the Fool card. So to me, the Fool card can be a little Aquarius and a little bit of Aries in there for sure, because it's action, it's new movement, it's going into the future rather than the past. Aquarius is all about the future. So that is really you taking that leap of faith, coming back to that innocence and that action. So, you know, you're really ready to let some things go, to let some things be in the past. You know, right now you're not too worried. Don't be worried about where this next step will take you. Trust that Spirit is going to make the right path available to you as you follow your inner truth, Aries. Yes, and we have so much power that comes when you do this. Look at this, another very strong rulership card with the Empress coming up. Very beautiful Taurus Libra energy. It's very grounded, stable, creative, abundant, very nurturing energy. So it's like you have the protection of the universe. You have more self-love for yourself. And funny enough, taking a little bit of a risk and taking that leap of faith ends up bringing you a lot of stability. It may seem really counterintuitive or counteractive, but the way that that looks to me is it's like, you know what, when I just take the leap and I set myself free and I don't worry about it too much, that's when the stability comes. That's when I start feeling really more myself. And then on top of our future cards with Aries moon, the peace, look at that. Beautiful Nine of Pentacles. And she is to me like kind of a minor arcana empress. So to me, yet again, we're bringing through that very stable, grounded, connected, resourceful energy. That's a very strong card of reliability, strength, feeling like you really have yourself together a whole lot more. And that to me it's right in line with that peace. It's like when you just connect deeply with your true identity, Aries, when you really start to be good to yourself and you don't make any apologies for who you are, and you don't feel like you got to feel bad about it or any kind of guilt or any kind of thing, it's like you're just going to feel so much more peaceful and so much more like on top of things. You're just going to be like, you know what, nothing can bother me now because I'm being true to myself. And look at that. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, because to me, this is possible, right? You might feel left out in the cold by some people, some groups that just don't understand who you truly are. But don't worry about this, Aries. Go around the side of that building, go in the alternate door, because you know what? The lights are on, it's warm in there, and you don't have to stay out in the cold with the people that are hating on you. Just saying. All right, so and look at that on the bottom of the Modern Witch, we've got that Ace of Wands, your own energy again, very strong, very powerful. Hanged Man, because we're in between two cycles, two phases here, Aries. We're going from one to the next. So I'm going to pull a affirmation card from this beautiful new deck. It's a bird oracle, and it's all different birds. Aquarius energy is very air related. It's the air element. So let's get into a little bit of bird energy for a last word of advice to you. Bird is the word on this deck, yes. All right, and this is birds from all over the world, so I really like this. You've got the Carmen Bee Eater, very unique bird there. And it says, flourish by asking for the help of the powerful. I like it. So I'm thinking the Carmen bee eater, because Carmen is a kind of red. That has to be the smaller bird, right? And there are birds like this where the smaller birds get help from the larger birds, like, you know, by hanging out on top of this larger bird, they're actually able to get what they want, which is probably that they eat, you know, insects and bees and you know, things like that. So by hanging out with this guy, which is a bigger, more powerful looking bird, they actually get a lot of benefits. So Aries, if you have powerful friends, if you have powerful allies, this is a good time to call on them. And remember that you are powerful as well in your own right. And when you join forces with like-minded people, there's nothing you can't do. So I hope you have an amazing full moon, and I'll be seeing you again real soon. Take care.